Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to day 3 of the Media Studio here at the Sedona International Film Festival. I'm Tanya June Moore. This week flies by so fast. It's so much. It's just a lot, and I love being here. And I'm going to give a huge shout out to the city of Sedona because look what we've created together. This is pretty cool. So thank you, Sedona, for housing us, for being so kind to our guests and so welcoming. The entire community and the city government is behind the Sedona International Film Festival, so thank you. Our hashtag this year is Sedona Film Fest, and as usual, I have one of my favorite things in the seat, a filmmaker, and the film is right up Sedona's alley, so please introduce yourself and your film.
Hi, I'm Will Buckley. I'm the co-producer and co-director of the environmental advocacy film What the River Knows. This is a update to the classic tale of Glen Canyon and the story of its loss, but surprise, there's actually a really powerful silver lining and story of resilience as it comes back.
Nature is incredibly resilient. She does what she does.
Yeah.
Right? You brought a trailer along, so let's roll the trailer and get everybody up to speed with us.
When I first saw Glen Canyon,
Here is this pristine Eden.
What was this place like before? What was this place like before the dam?
The story of winning the Great American West has been essentially a story of its dam.
We got to see it. We're lucky.
why did we do it? Why did we dam this place?
There's so much that has been covered up.
Tens of thousands of artifacts.
It's just part of the trade-off.
We immediately promised more water than the river could provide. Now we're paying the price for it.
We built a system for watering the West. That system is on the ropes.
I went down into Glen Canyon thinking we were all screwed. I came away actually being hopeful.
It's pretty remarkable, the rate of restoration that we're seeing.
Glen Canyon was a symbol of paradise lost, and to actually see that paradise coming back is incredible.
Wow. And we were talking about Mother Nature, how she just automatically says, I'm going to do what I'm going to do, and humanity's not going to affect that.
Yeah.
As you were making this film, you found some uplifting news. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, I'll set the stage just for, those who haven't heard of this story before, even though we're in Sedona. I'm always surprised by...
Well, this is going out.
Totally. And this is a story about the Colorado River. And the Colorado River is an extremely divvied up and overutilized river in the American West. Just about every single drop of it goes to use, so much so that it doesn't reach the ocean anymore. It doesn't reach the sea in California or in California, Mexico. What happened in Glen Canyon was that they had a reservoir outside of Vegas with Lake Mead and the Hoover Dam. And they decided they needed another one. So above the Grand Canyon, they put in a dam, and when you put in a dam, it creates a reservoir. That reservoir became Lake Powell. But the terrible thing that happened was that the area that was flooded by the dam really would have been one of our most spectacular national parks in America. I mean, think of if people had flooded Yosemite National Park or Zion. Like this is really the territory that we're in. Because of drought and climate change and overusage on the Colorado River, the reservoir has been receding for the past 20 years. So I grew up hearing the stories of Glen Canyon as this place that was lost forever, that I would never get to see. And lo and behold, in the last 5 or 10 years, Glen Canyon has started to come back out on the sides of the reservoir as the reservoir has been receding. You have these side canyons that are restoring to almost a completely natural state with their native flora and fauna coming back instead of looking like the bottom of a lake bed, which is what most people thought it would be should, the reservoir ever be drained.
Well, and then there's this whole part talking about what do you do with the silt.
Yeah.
Nobody's even. There's the afterthought.
Yeah.
And there's so much silt
Yeah.
that we're facing now. So what? I mean, I know this is not in the movie. Have you heard
Totally.
anything afterwards that they're doing about this, or is that your next movie? Like,
I mean, yeah. I mean, we're planning on expanding this film to a feature-length version and continuing to follow the story for the next couple years. But when you put in a dam, you are stopping the natural sediment in a river from flowing through. So not only is there 60 years worth of sediment. I mean, we use the kind of visual analogy in the film of think of a acre of land going up 32,000 feet, and then that's the amount of sediment that's in Lake Powell every single year. So there's 60 years worth of that. Not only is it all building up and will eventually need to make its way down, but for the last 60 years, the Grand Canyon, which is directly below Glen Canyon, hasn't had sediment in it. And you might think, oh, it's a clear running river, that's nice, but that is not the makings of a healthy, stable river environment.
well, and that's also not the reality.
Yeah.
That's not the truth. If you've seen the bottom of the Grand Canyon, you know that's not true.
Yeah.
So you've screened here twice.
Yeah.
We have quite an incredible crowd of people who love film.
Yeah.
But we also have a very divided community. So we talked a little bit about this off camera. So what was the Q&A? What were the comments like coming from our audiences here?
Yeah. So, I mean, we've screened in front of a lot of, pro Glen Canyon,
Yeah.
anti-Lake Powell
Yes.
audiences so far. And we're not entirely anti-Lake Powell, but the film definitely has a perspective. But being in Sedona, there are a fair amount of people who are either houseboat owners on Lake Powell. We're only 3 or 4 hours away from Page, Arizona, which is the southern tip of Lake Powell. And I found at the screening on Tuesday that it was probably the highest percentage of Lake Powell aficionados who had seen the film. And it's so important to us that this film gets out in front of them too.
Yes.
Had a lot of people coming up to me afterwards, people in their mid-70s who have been, basically boating on Lake Powell since its inception, saying, holy cow, I had no idea that this was what was underneath the reservoir. It doesn't necessarily make them regret having these lovely experiences on the reservoir, and it shouldn't.
But they're awake now to realizing there's something else.
Exactly.
Right? And I think that's the beautiful part about film and story and art, is we get privy to that information in a beautiful way where maybe we can actually listen and watch it
Yeah.
instead of somebody barking at people trying to get them to understand. And this was a really beautiful way to do that, so congratulations. What was it like getting that phone call from Christopher? Patrick. Hi, Christopher, you must be on my mind.
Yeah.
So sorry. Patrick, what was that like?
I mean, pretty incredible. Like, it's unheard of in this industry to get a phone call like that directly from the festival.
Yeah.
Where
were you?
I was actually in the hospital, tending to a family friend. Everything ended up okay, but it was like a moment where I really wasn't gonna take a spam call.
Yes.
Where, like, if I had an unknown number, like, I was not gonna pick that up, and something just told me that I should pick it up, and it totally made my day.
Yeah, and getting here in Sedona. I mean, this is a big film festival, and films like this, I mean, this is beautiful. And you're paired up with an incredible film.
Yeah.
And I know you wanted to gush, and I'm going to let you gush for like 2 seconds.
Yeah, so our film is What the River Knows, and here we've had 2 screenings where we've been opening for The Bend in the River. Really great programming, and if you have a chance to see The Bend in the River, it's a film that's 50 years in the making and just absolutely incredible.
Yes, and it matches this. It's a really beautiful
Yeah.
pairing. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank
I really
you.
appreciate you.
Yeah.
We'll be back in just a minute with another filmmaker. Thank you so much. Please hug a volunteer today.